All right, just in case you haven't heard of this, I want to report on this. In Carlsbad, California, the I-5 was stopped up because an armored truck dropped a couple bags of money on the freeway and people stopped to pick it up. And I'm kind of thinking, what I was saying was, I'm kind of thinking, wouldn't it just be like the oligarchs and the planners and the psychological operators and the social engineers to get people into such a situation where they've got these mandates, they shut people down, they close people's business, people went out of business, people are broke, they can't even pay the food bill, they can't even, a lot of people are going to be homeless here in the next 12 months or so. And let's go ahead and tempt them with a bunch of cash, maybe where there's some street cameras, and let's get a whole bunch of videos rolling. So whoever picks up the cash, we'll just ID them back to their house with their driver's license or their license plates and throw them in jail, arrest them for stealing the bank's money. The bank can steal money from you, but you can't pick this money up from the freeway if it's floating in the wind. Traffic stops on I-5 in Carlsbad for cash dash. What appeared to be thousands of dollars was flying all over Interstate 5 in Carlsbad. There will be a video, so stay tuned. Traffic on North County, San Diego came to a standstill on Friday morning when drivers discovered money all over the interstate. What would you guys do? Would you stop and start stuffing your duffel bags full of money, stuffing them in your pockets? Travelers jumped out of their vehicles in both directions in Carlsbad near Canyon Road around 9:30 a.m. to scoop up what appears to be bills all over the freeway. An armored car had somehow opened, allowing the cash to fall out, according to the California Highway Patrol. And you would think this would be rare. You would think that all the armored vehicle companies would have to hear is, what, you mean the door's flung open? How can bags of cash fly out even if the door's flung open? Why did the doors fling open? I thought it was supposed to be an armored vehicle. You're supposed to have everything nice and secure. You think the first order of business would be for those armored employees, those armored carrier employees, is make sure the door is closed. And if for some reason the door comes open, make sure your bags of cash aren't where they can fall out. You think there would be some major security measures, and you would think this was a rare event, a rare occurrence. I'm going to show you that it's not. An armored car somehow opened, allowing the cash to fall out. One of the doors popped open. How does that happen? Just popped open. That's all it did. And some bags of cash fell out. Some of the bags broke apart in the lanes, and there was cash across all lanes. Officials said an investigation is underway to determine why the money fell out of the vehicle. The amount of money that went flying is not yet known. I bet they'll tell us. Nor has it been determined how much has been recovered. It's not yet clear what denomination of bills there were, but this Instagram user right here posted herself with fistfuls of ones, and it appears that this same woman did a flip when she threw out the first pitch of the Padres game. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this video right here. Pretty interesting, just to see what happens. How does human nature respond to such an event? And then add to it that people are desperate in these times. People have lost their jobs, they've lost their business, they're going broke, they're having trouble putting food on the table because prices are going sky high. Gas prices, food prices, all prices.
This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Someone dropped money all over the freeway. San Diego has shut down. Literally, it has shut down. Look at the freeway right now. Oh my gosh.
Look at all that cash.
Literally everybody stopped on the freeway to get money off of the freeway. This is
literally
insane. This is insane. Oh my gosh. The heck? Yo, the entire freeway just shut down. They threw money. He's gone. Wow. He's gone, bro. The freeway is empty. Literally, the freeway is empty. There's cash all over the ground. Literally, look, we're the only people on the entire highway. Literally, this is insane. This is the most insane thing.
And then the video starts over, but and let's see. A lot of people are reporting on this. It says law enforcement officials told NBC7 that by 11 a.m., 2 arrests had been made in connection with the incident. The people who were taken into custody had taken some of the cash. I think these are the 2 people who, when they pulled over to grab the cash, and people stopped in the middle of the road. There were some armored vehicle money drops, let's call it, a couple years ago, where at least the people had the forethought to not block traffic and to get on the side of the road while they were collecting their money. But in this case right here in Carlsbad, they were stopping in the middle of the freeway to pick it up. And two of these people who pulled their car over lost their keys while they were collecting the money, and they were just sitting ducks. And when the cops got there, they arrested them for picking up the money. Anyone who did pick up cash and left the scene is being urged to return it to police, said the CHP spokesman, saying that taking money in a situation of this nature is a criminal offense. Again, banksters can print funny money all day, and they can zap you for the product of your time and laboring energies, steal your money. But when it comes to this FDIC insured Federal Reserve notes, it doesn't go both ways. I know that cash floating around is a tempting thing for a lot of people, but it's not their money. So it needs to go back to the bank and back to the FDIC. You need to return the money to the banksters who've been ripping you off since 1913 at least. Martin added that they have obtained video evidence showing the faces and license plate numbers of the people who stopped to pick up the cash, and suggested investigators will be tracking them people down. So I highly suggest that anybody who picked up cash, it's not your cash, so turn it into the CHP officers. People who turn in the cash should explain that the money was recovered in connection to Friday's incident on the I-5. Yeah, so they need to go one extra step and do the investigator's job for them. One driver named Jasmine, who spoke with NBC7, said she pulled over to see if she, quote, could get lucky, but good thing I didn't get lucky because I found out it's illegal. Remarkably, this is not the first time this has happened on San Diego in 2009. Some people hoping to elude police tossed cash out of their SUV during the chase. But how common is it for cash to fall out of armored vehicles? Here's one right here in 2014, or I'm sorry, December 14th, 2018. It said $300,000 still in the wind after armored truck dumps $500,000 on the New Jersey highway. I'm serious, guys. There are so many occurrences of this. This right here, driver snatch cash flying out of an armored truck near DC. This was on October 31st. That's Halloween day of 2014. Here's another one right here from, what was this? Oh, Indiana. Armored truck dumps cash on an Indiana interstate. Here's one right here. This news reporter picked this up right here.
Overnight, a freeway free-for-all on a Texas interstate. An armored Brinks truck accidentally dropping what police are calling a substantial amount of cash.
And this is April of 2015. And you'll notice that on this particular one right here, they didn't just block the freeway or the interstate. They pulled over, let people pass who didn't want the money, and they collected their cash,
creating a standstill as commuters jump out of their cars for a quick cash grab.
The first guy I saw had a big wad of cash with money sticking out, and then I saw people stopping on the highway running over.
Joel Aldridge capturing this video of crowds cashing in on the roadside lotto. Take a look at this man carrying an armful of cash. This group in a frenzy to collect the dumped dough. But according to authorities, taking the cash is highway robbery. And finders keeper.
Taking the cash is highway robbery from people whose job it is to not serve and protect, but to harass and collect. So the road pirates are telling you, hey, don't engage in road piracy. Well, that's our job. Government's good at one thing. Breaking your legs, giving you a taxpayer-funded crutch and telling you, hey, if it wasn't for the government, you wouldn't be able to walk. And that's exactly what the badge tyrants of law enforcement do, the Thin Blue Line gang. They're there to be road pirates. They don't want competition. The government don't steal. The government and law enforcement hate competition. Somebody was saying, Queen Sloan says, armored truck crashed here in West Virginia and people picked it up. They didn't stop them because it was insured. Yeah, what about all the insurance that they have for that stuff?
Does not apply. Police potentially prosecuting anyone who fails to return their part of the freeway fortune.
That money is not theirs. It belongs to someone else.
This morning,
will we arrest you if you pick up that cash? Of course we'll arrest you if you pick up that cash.
Numerous people have already brought back their bounty, but much more remains missing.
It's still just a drop in the bucket considering the substantial amount that was lost. We are encouraging people to come forward and hoping that their integrity will outweigh their greed.
I think that
says a law enforcer. Here's another one right here. This was in what was this, DeKalb County. Here's the one where I was talking about where they at least had the decency to pull over so they weren't blocking traffic so they can get the reward. Isn't there's something when I was a kid, it was finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Does that doesn't apply here? What's up with that? What is up with that? Yeah, this is all FDIC insured. So this happens a lot, apparently, or it's happened a lot. Yeah, it would be a rare occurrence. If you saw an armored truck have its doors swing open and a couple of bags falling out and money flying in the wind, would you stop to pick up money? Seems like a dangerous venture to me. I don't think I'd do it. But you never know. You never know. I've never been in that situation before. And if you're desperate, well, then desperate people do desperate things because desperate times call for desperate measures. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list or my website, highimpactflix.com.